It's very embarrassing actually in my career was when I first came here to visit the owner for the first time. I was walking along the street and I couldn't find the entrance of the house. I saw the entrance and I thought that was the entrance of the second house of the neighbor. Why is that so? Is because the frontage is very wide at more than 30 meters. So it makes me seem as if that was the entrance of the second house. So quite an embarrassment. A lot of detached houses that we see, normally they are quite long, they're longish, so a shorter frontage and a longer so-called plot. But this one is very, very squarish. That makes the space, so when you come in, actually you feel a lot more efficient, a lot more spacious than a lot of other detached plots. North-south houses in Singapore are generally more sought after. Besides a preference in terms of feng shui, but when you stand here, you actually feel the constant breeze, right? Both from the front and from the back as well. Most detached only landed zones in Singapore that are normally further away from the main roads and therefore amenities. But we are now at a very unique part of Braddell Heights, which although we are surrounded by bigger houses and we are also away from the main roads, there's actually a shortcut, okay, at the back of this row, only for this row of houses, that provides a very unique access for residents and around here to actually reach Long Chuan MRT station as well as Serangoon MRT station next in just a matter of minutes of walking. Besides having exclusivity and privacy, convenience is not compromised at all. The owner is renowned in Southeast Asia, if not the world, for his vast collection of antiques over the last 65 years. He was an apex collector, and among his collection was more than 10,000 pieces of antiques that has years, decades, if not centuries of history. That all helps to actually enhance, I think, the appeal, the unique aura of this place. Most of the 10,000 pieces of the art collection has been auctioned off by Christie and Bonhams. I could only imagine with the remnants of some of these pieces here, how this room and the rest of the house would have looked like. I'm sure a lot of collectors would have loved to see the house in its former glory with the full collection of the antiques collected by this owner. The first thing I notice when I step into past the gate and see the gardens is not just the gardens are big, right? Obviously they are big, you could see that from outside. Is that you notice upon closer observation that every part of this open space was designed to have a purpose. You have certain parts that are more lawn-like, they look like lawns where I think children can run around, play their sports. But there are also certain parts which is a lot more tranquil, that's meant for relaxation, meant for having a cup of tea, and having gatherings, quiet gatherings on afternoons, just like the back part of the house. That's something that I find a bit more rare in houses that has large gardens, which are usually not well utilized. But in this house, every part of it seems to have a purpose. The first impression I got when I entered the house is like nostalgic grandeur, So there is, you could feel there's a lot of history in this house based on the huge collection of antiques it has. But more importantly, it is also designed, you could feel that it's meant to be very cozy and it's for family to stay in. So the layout, once you go in, you could see the living room, right? That's more for entertainment, but there's also another private entertainment family area as well that is designed to complement the entire layout of the place, where you have the bedrooms on either side of the house, the main entertainment area in the middle, and then you also have a functional dining and kitchen at the back. So the whole layout on a very wide piece of land is actually very well designed. The feeling is something that is you get is very cozy, is functional. You could feel that the family emphasizes on interaction, because what you see outside are just greenery. greenery, those are the plants, the trees, the shrubs that's grown by the owners, but also the trees that's lining the entire road outside. So it really further enhances the feeling of tranquility and this soothingness. Rarity creates desirability. I think this bungalow would firstly appeal to land lovers, meaning owners who prioritize or favors land versus built-up area, meaning that it could be a family who just feels that a house is not something that's a concrete jungle, but also is balanced with a lot of open space. And I can see him or the family liking a lot of interaction within a single floor and not via many levels, and a family who actually would value and appreciate the history of this house and will help to preserve the legacy of this beautiful home. Coming up soon will be the second part of this unique 3-part Charming House series, where we will be exploring the various redevelopment potential of this unique bungalow. Stay tuned.